So we're back to the series about the 10 best things that you could do for your marriage. And as I stated in the very first video, this is number 2 of the 5. You'll want to take notes because you'll be learning things that you simply cannot learn in other places. And so, been doing this for over 25 years. I made a science out of it because there is a science to marriage. I used to be a divorce mediator. There was a science to helping people get a divorce. I definitely prefer this science. I'm Paul Friedman, and I founded the Marriage Foundation. So now we're going to get into putting kind of a little bit of a spin on a common thing. And this common thing is when we feel kind of attracted to somebody else, when we feel a little bit of an attraction, and it could even be, believe it or not, it could be something that we see like in a picture or something or in a movie, and we go, oh, wow. It's so common these days for people to think, oh, yeah, I would definitely have sex with him right in front of their husband. I'm not saying you do this, but I'm showing you that in our world, we have come to accept things that we shouldn't accept. Now, the topic that we covered on that before was loyalty, but I want to stress it because of how abusive our society is in this realm. I'm going to give another twist to this. When you look at somebody with any kind of desire, when you think of somebody with any kind of desire, and it could appear innocent or it could be jokingly, what you're doing is you're defiling your soulmate. You're basically saying to yourself, you're acknowledging to yourself that they are not everything for you. And your spouse is everything for you. And you should do everything you can to make sure that they're everything for you. Now, I don't know whether the book I read a long time ago, it's called The Little Prince, written by a French author, is still out there. It's not actually about a little prince. It's about this guy on a planet who, this planet is very small. It goes around only once, and he takes care of his rose, his flower. And that's his job. He wakes up in the morning, takes care of his flower, and his flower is nagging him all the time and telling him what to do. But he loves the flower. But somehow he thinks there's more, and he goes to other planets. Very beautiful story. And then he ends up coming back because he has seen it all and he realizes, this is my soulmate. I like how the French do things like that. And this is how it is with your soulmate. Your soulmate is your world. And when you go into other areas in your mind, then what you're doing is you're defiling your own relationship. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is a lot about who we are and how we have to gain control over our mind. And number 4 is be satisfied, be joy-filled with who your soulmate is, how they are, and what they are. Your soulmate is your world. And the more you make them your world, the more joy you will feel from being with them. If you allow your mind to have desires or thoughts about other people, you're going to feel a little bit of a lacking. And you might say, well, I can't control that. And that's false. You can control that. You know, just because we feel an attraction to something doesn't mean we have to go for it. I mean, if you know something is poison, but it tastes great, you're not going to eat it, hopefully. I mean, it's like smoking cigarettes. Smoking cigarettes is great until you realize it causes cancer. I used to smoke when I was a kid. We didn't have that information. In fact, we had commercials where doctors would say, 9 out of 10 doctors smoke Chesterfields. And it was stupid. We didn't know any better. But once we knew, it became a mission for those of us who were smart enough. We do have power over our habits. And so if you feel an attraction to somebody, you don't have to run with it. And so go a little further. Be satisfied. So if you see one of their flaws, trust me, your spouse, your soulmate has tons of flaws. Not more than you, and you not more than them. We're all loaded down with flaws. But we don't have to pick those out. We work around them. You know, there's an old expression, if you have a piano and one of the keys is broken, it's one out of 88 keys, you don't throw away the piano. If you're a musician, you just work around it like it isn't there. So be very content, very satisfied, very appreciative of the one that you're with. Okay, so there's another 2, and we're going to go on to the next video. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so it'll pop up when it comes out. And like the video, that helps us. It makes me feel good. And if you have a comment, don't be afraid. Leave your comment. I've helped many people. And I'd like you to do me a favor. Tell me why you married your spouse. I want to hear about that. It really warms my heart when I hear people talking about how much they love their spouse. So now we're going to have some offerings. If you've heard it before and you don't need that kind of help, then we'll see you next time. Otherwise, stay tuned for that. Now, if your marriage is doing okay, but you could use a little help, you can just watch these videos. It's free. Or you could read my articles. They're free. Or you could take the next step. Get one of my books. We have 2 books. One is Lessons for a Happy Marriage, and the other is Breaking the Cycle. And the only difference is one is a little more complicated because I wrote Breaking the Cycle for when I started to train marriage counselors into our system. Now, if your marriage is really like, oh my God, I don't know how long I could take this, then by all means, don't worry about the money. There's plans that start for less than $10 a week. Get the online course. We have one for women and we have one for men. They're both spectacular. And if both of you, and it's rare, but go to our website. And if your spouse wants to sign up too, they can, but later. First, you find out what it's all about. One thing I promise you is within days or weeks at the most, you will be blown away by the amazing changes that are happening already. God bless you. And please like this video, but more importantly, subscribe so you can get this entire series of the toxins that hit your marriage. I'm Paul Friedman. God bless you and take care.